We've got to get everyone off this island. These things are waking up. We have to go now!
Welcome to the future, son. Welcome to the war.
Please remain calm. Immediate evacuation to the mainland is underway.
Just so you know, Prophet, you walk slow, you play nice.
Welcome to New York, version 2.0. Bold, silent, and deadly.
If you'd been wearing the suit, we'd all be dead. You being human is what saved us.
All the men who died under your command because you were just following orders.
And there we have it, folks. As you see on the screen, Crysis Remastered Trilogy is out now on all of the platforms, as you can see in the photo there. Good afternoon, everybody. We hope you're having a fantastic day. It is I, your friendly neighborhood community manager, Rick Taylor here, also known as Iceman2K, back with another Crysis Remastered stream. Today, once again, joined by the wonderful project lead for Crysis Remastered, Steffen Halbig. Hello again, Steffen.
Hello.
Thanks to have us twice in 1 week. We've had the pleasure of having you with us today, man. Let's just get these sensor lights working again, because apparently we like sitting in darkness.
I think you need to press that button there.
Possibly.
Yes.
There we go.
Correct, you see.
So that's a little bit better. So now you can see our wonderfully beautiful faces. So we hope you're all having a fantastic day today so far. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll try and bring up the chat, because for some reason it is not on my screen right now. Give us 2 seconds. But anyway, today, folks, we have our we are basically, as you see from the stream title, we're having our launch party today, which is a pretty big deal. As of 10 a.m. CEST German time this morning, Crysis Remastered Trilogy was available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. PC, it's on the Epic Game Store, and all the other ones, it's in the regular places. So, you know, if you haven't got it yet, get it now. But also, actually, throughout the stream, we're going to have a couple of giveaways today, actually. So we have a few questions coming up later. Ari and Utku, the other community managers, are going to be looking after them throughout the chat for us a little bit later. And once we kind of get more into the other gameplay, first off, we're going to be jumping onto the PC. And finally, after all these weeks of streams, you guys, we finally get to show you Crysis 3, which we think is the one that kind of most of you have been anticipating the most in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to let Steffen dive into that, and he's going to show us some really awesome things. So we're going to switch over to the screen here, switch on to the gameplay in a moment. Let me just, again, see if I can find our chat. There is... Let's just open this up in a browser. Sorry about this. There we are.
Now we have it.
Now we have a chat up in front of us, folks. So now we can actually see what you're all saying to us. Sorry about that. You know, noobish OBS things. But hey, look, it is what it is. So, yeah, so let's just jump in. So, Crysis 3 Remastered. It's, wow, long time coming.
Yes.
And especially, we've been trying to build up to it a little bit with these streams by showing off all the Crysis 2 stuff on all the platforms. So today we're going to do a bit on Crysis 3 on the PC for the first while with Steffen with us. And then he's going to duck out to the office party that we're currently having outside. Sorry if you hear any noise coming from it, but really to be expected on a big launch day like this. So, yeah, Steffen, go ahead.
Sure.
Let's see.
So thanks everyone for joining again. I think you need to focus this.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. So Crysis 3. Of course, the biggest benefits of Crysis 3 is ray tracing, because not only with the planar reflections we have added, which I will show you in a second, here in the lower area of this level, also with the glass reflection. It's really looking amazing. And also, I mean, on the dam, when you're seeing the AI on the puddles, and ray tracing is really, I think, the biggest game changer here for the PC version, and together with the planar reflections. And yes, also DSS is of course included.
Yes.
So that means if you have an RTX card, you're getting the benefits of DSS. And we have also here the same, we have software and hardware ray tracing.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And just quickly, you mentioned that yes, the other day with our Crysis 2 stream. What is the comparison with hardware and software ray tracing? I mean, what is the main difference? With
from visuals, it's exactly the same.
Right.
There are no difference from visually. But if you have hardware ray tracing support, which is enabled for the RTX cards, you're getting around 15 up to 20% map performance in the game.
Wow. Okay.
That means you can play the game with your AMD card, with an older NVIDIA card, even with a 970 or older graphic cards. You can do it. Of course, if you have an older graphic card, please make sure to adjust the settings in the menu, right? Yes. Otherwise, you don't get that frame rate which you would like to have. But it's possible to run ray tracing in software quality mode. But as I said, hardware ray tracing is exactly the same, but you will get more performance out of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Good to know. Just for any of the uneducated out there. So, but that's really cool to know. I mean, yeah, like we've talked a lot about ray tracing and DLSS and everything throughout the remastered series, even from remastered 1. And we know it's been a pretty huge factor in getting the remastered to look as beautiful as it does right now. So you're just devastating this waterfront here.
Yep. So a new weapon here in Crysis 3 is the bow, right?
Yes, the bow.
The bow, I like it very much.
Oh yeah, the bow was always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Really, it's really nice. So yeah, what I mentioned about the planar reflections and also the water here, we have changed a lot and improved a lot. I mean, especially you can see it here already in this area. Looks really beautiful.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
So that is also because in Crysis 3 we have a lot of water.
Yeah.
And especially later on, there's a level which is very dark, but you have a lot of water, and with ray tracing effects, you can see that it looks amazing. All the light effects. For example, here there's an alien flying or next to you with a red eye. You see it in the reflection in the water, for example, in the night setting. So it looks really, really cool. And I guess people will love it, and also then seeing the difference. You can see here already the red one here in the water. You can see the reflection here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've really done a lot to try and get into as much detail in it as possible. And,
correct.
I mean,
and also here the caustics effect. I mean, if you shoot on the water, right? So what we also changed here in Crysis 3 is this is now 60 FPS. The water ripples.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before in the original 30 FPS, but now if you're shooting to the water, let's say, here it's very fluent and much better. So I'm just trying to get a little bit faster here through this area to showcase also more.
At least hack the turrets, like, you know.
Yeah, there's also functionality here in the game.
Yes.
Right? You can
visor.
Hack. Bam.
And you just have to match up the wavelengths. I was doing this on the Switch earlier, and yeah, it was.
And now he's on our side, and he is killing the enemies for you. Yeah?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. There's also one more.
Nano vision at its best.
Yeah. What was the game with the hacker game? Was it Deus Ex? The one of the.
I think so.
Which implemented these hex games, but we had it before with Crysis.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Yep. When we are in the elevator at the moment, do we have any?
I mean, we've a lot of people saying that it looks pretty badass. It looks great.
Thank you very much.
So if you can pause there for 1 second, so I can go across. So I see somebody reported an error a little while ago. If you guys, if you are actually having any bug reports or anything like that, please head on over to our official Discord. And you can drop them in there, and the guys will be able to make sure that they pass them on to Steffen and his team. And we'll do what we can to look into them.
I'm also very active on Discord and other channels.
Yes, so, indeed. You'll see us all on Reddit and Discord pretty much regularly enough with on the Crysis or the areas where Crysis dwells quite a lot. Actually, speaking of Reddit, because I actually did say I would, if I remembered saying this, I would say it. We are actually going to be doing some giveaways, I believe next week, on the Xbox and PlayStation subreddits. So, make sure you keep an eye out for the other community manager, Utku, going around to do stuff like that. Someone asking about Crysis on Windows 11. We mentioned it in the stream the other day that it runs very, very well on Windows 11. So we are streaming at 1080p, but the game is actually currently running in 1440p. It's just downscaled by the stream due to the bitrate, so unfortunately not a lot we can do about that. But we are, like I said, we're running a 3080 with an absolute beastly processor, and it is currently running and as good as we can in tandem with all of the streaming software and capturing some Switch gameplay in the background as well.
Yeah.
So
also, in addition to that, we have also worked on the textures, not only for Crysis 2, also on Crysis 3. It means, of course, yes, the now with the stream here, if you can you click here, please.
Yes,
again?
sorry.
Yeah, no, with the compression right in the stream, it's a little bit lower. But if you have a 4040p or also 4K screen, right, and also 1080p, you see the textures are really crispy and it's really great. And make sure that you can just play in your maximum settings, right, and enjoy it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So
we go back to the game.
yeah, go ahead there.
Okay.
Steffen, once again, as like the other day, showing us his mad skills. I probably should have put this on a much more difficult setting, as it's literally
But
on.
now I'm trying to show you the reflections.
Right.
First, maybe if you don't know Crysis, you have suit modes. Right, this is the cloak mode here.
Yeah.
And see if the eye is coming. Yes. And now you see it here, the reflection here in the ground. You can see it here.
them running,
It
yeah.
was on the puddle here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also. Wait.
Nice.
Now also here you can see this here. Everything is live updated, and now you can also.
And of course,
Yeah.
stealth kill while in cloak. So. But, yes, this is on PC for people asking. Yes, we are using the controller because we found the mouse and keyboard was a tad too loud, and also for the setup that we have here, we don't really have a lot of room with the microphone and everything right now. So, just in order to make sure that you actually hear the game and us as much as possible, we're using an Xbox controller.
Correct. Yeah. I just want to showcase because people sometimes don't believe. Or ray tracing, but it's really live updating everything. So AI is walking by, you can also grab, I don't know, an object, putting it next to the puddle. You can see the new object which was not there before in the puddle reflecting. So don't worry about this. Yeah, so everything will be fine.
I'm gonna try hacking that thing again so you
of
don't
course.
die.
Yeah, it's
It'd be pretty a bad state of affairs if you die on the easiest setting to one of them. So
that would be bad. I think last time I think I died twice.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah, but
well, to be fair, one of those times somebody blew up a barrel and it wasn't you, so
correct.
I can give you some credit there. You know.
So now you see he's shooting on the other enemies because they're affected. So yeah, make sure there are a lot of options here in the game to hack stuff. Also that you have more. That's a bigger benefit for you also in gameplay. So that's additional gameplay for you. You can also choose here in the game. Just make sure that you can use it. Yep. I mean, as I mentioned, ray tracing, the planar reflections.
It all just looks beautiful. I mean, for anyone that remembers, how beautiful it looked back in the day. Now I kind of with ray tracing and DLSS on, it's so much more. You can see it very, very clearly.
Yep.
So.
I mean, I can just confirm. If you play the game with ray tracing or also the other technologies, you see a big difference compared to the original one.
Yeah.
And these new technologies are really game changers here in the game.
I mean, Digital Foundry have done a bunch of comparison videos for us over the last couple of weeks where they've compared the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox and the Switch to the old Xbox, and even the PC comparison trailers. So guys, if you're interested to actually see how it looked then compared to now, check out the Digital Foundry guys on YouTube. There's definitely videos there. We have them as well. That we can share them in our Discord as well for anybody, and I believe we have through our socials as well. So make sure you go and check them out so you can actually see for yourselves the exact difference that you have in this game.
Absolutely, that's correct. Yeah. I would just say play a little bit further here.
Yeah.
Then maybe we can also jump to different level.
Yeah, sure.
To also show people more stuff. I mean, as always, you don't want to spoil something. So a little bit here gameplay, of course, also showcasing you the differences, the big differences in the game. Also, as mentioned in the Crysis 2 PC stream, there are a lot of improvements in the game, and you will notice them all.
So for anybody looking for the system requirements, you can check these out on the Epic Game Store. The details are on, if you just do a search in the store for Crysis Remastered Trilogy, you can find all of the details that you need there.
It's not here.
So for John on YouTube, right? We are doing a Crysis stream. So Any questions about Hunt, I would save them for a Hunt developer live stream. The focus now is the Crysis Trilogy, as it's our launch day. Woo. Launch party.
Yes, I mean, we also, I mean, maybe people are interested to this. We developed the game now 2.5 years, the
Yeah.
Trilogy. And yeah, today was the day when we have released it. It doesn't mean it's over, right?
No,
So
definitely not.
don't
No.
worry about this.
So something actually I think we should touch on for a moment. It's very, very important to know that just because we've released this doesn't mean it's done. So like with Crysis, anyone that's played Crysis Remastered 1, you'll know that we actually introduced quite a number of patches after launch day. Just to resolve a whole load of things that were reported by the community. I mean, we even made some extra additions based on some of the feedback that we got. So we want you guys to make sure you know that we are listening. We'll continue to listen long after the game has actually launched today. So anything that you have, any feedback, any bug reports, anything, just pop into our Discord, throw them up on Reddit. We'll always see them, and we're gonna keep updating this. We're definitely not done yet.
Of course, there will be.
So.
Yeah, I mean, now it's Friday, right? People will play the game over the weekend.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's totally normal. And then, I mean, I will read through a lot of websites, I guess, over the weekend. And then, then on Monday we'll sit together, the team at Saber, and also team here at Crytek, sit together and say, okay, here we have seen this, and then let's make a list together what we could improve in the future, and then we release, of course, a patch.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to rake in on community. That's
Exactly.
normal, yeah. It's totally
Exactly.
normal, yeah. I just want to play a little bit further because there's a very nice section. Here you can see the planar reflections very good.
Yeah, sure.
So just use this here. So while we are in the cinematic, let's check if we can see. Okay. We answered this last time. On which CryEngine version is Crysis Remastered made?
Yes.
So I mentioned last time this Frankenstein
The Frankenstein build.
Frankenstein
of it, yes.
CryEngine. It's really not that easy. So we started with 3.6.3.8 CryEngine version, and it was the base. But then, of course, it's not the version anymore because we made so many new features into the game from latest CryEngine. There are also features which are not yet available publicly on the latest CryEngine, for example. And it really, it's a CryEngine version made just for the Crysis Remastered Trilogy. And yeah, so it's called it CryEngine Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone asking, yes, the trilogy is out now. Yes, we will be doing giveaways. Don't worry, we'll let you know what you have to do. For Twitch in particular, do not use the exclamation point giveaway because it does nothing. You're literally just wasting your time by doing it. So we'll say later on. But to be aware, for those that do want to enter the giveaways, you will have to head over to Twitch and to Facebook. We don't have the ability to drop DMs on YouTube, so when we do the giveaways, make sure I knew someone was going to do the exclamation point giveaway. Thank you for that, Shadow. Yeah, we'll do a couple of different questions throughout the stream. Ukku and Ari will be looking after the messaging out and everything like that. But we will be giving you guys some copies of the whole trilogy itself. So make sure you stick around. And again, you'll have to join us on Facebook or on Twitch in order to be able to enter.
Yep.
So
level?
yeah, definitely. But all these smart asses doing the exclamation point giveaway command after I tell them not to. Damn you guys. I expect nothing less though, so thank you for that.
Yep. I mean, also for same for Crysis 2, we have also given you the chance to unlock the console, right?
Yes.
So it's same again. If you enter _restricted on 0, you have just an example here. You want to play around with ray tracing, for example.
Okay.
Here you have it. They're all Sivas now, right? And you can just choose whatever you want, and you can exchange them, make your own config, and stuff like this. So feel free to do it. It was a request from community. We heard a lot during the development, so we just made sure here you have a console. You just need to enter _restricted, as I mentioned, and then you have access to all the Sivas.
Do you want to just go down to before you do the map, just to show the FOV slider, because like we mentioned on the other day, there is the field of view.
Wait. Second.
There it is.
Yeah.
So there's the FOV slider, which is another thing that everyone had requested during the Crysis Remastered 1 release and afterwards. So we've added it into both Crysis 2 Remastered and Crysis 3. As you can see, I've just jacked it up here to about 70 just to mess around with a little bit. yeah, I mean, there's not really much to it, to be honest with you. There is your FOV slider.
Yeah.
Have fun. Go nuts.
Yeah.
And also as well, I mean, we mentioned it as well on the other stream the other day with the motion blur. There is the option to actually set the amount of motion blur that you want. So I have it turned off because I hate motion blur. But yeah, and these are the graphic settings so you guys can see everything on very high, set to VSync. So we're getting that 60 FPS. And then everything on very high with DLSS on balanced. So, and as you can see, disabled motion blur, because
I've also seen the question, so what's the difference between, for example, high ray tracing or very high ray tracing? It's basically really, of course, the resolution of the reflections. Yeah, it looks sharper if you have, for example, very high. It means, of course, more cost in terms of performance.
Yeah.
Then if you change to high, for example, you see maybe a little bit less sharper reflections, but still look great, but you're getting maybe benefit of 10 FPS more. And then, of course, you can also go down here to medium, for example. It's also fine, like you want. Not now.
no, we don't want to do that now.
Yeah.
We have a PC that can use it, so we should.
Brightness settings are normal, the safe area and controls. I mean,
it's all pretty standard, really,
correct,
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Does the gameplay smoother than the original 2 and 3? Yes, it does. It's simply put, yes, it does.
I have to the console open, but that's fine.
It just gives everyone a good example of what the console looks like and see exactly what you can actually mess with in it, you know?
That's true. I mean, you have all the freedom you want.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you can use it. Good, right?
That's Claire, New York's regional commander.
So again, just for a couple of people who are saying sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. A couple of people who are reporting bugs and everything like that, please make sure to drop them into our official Discord. Hopefully the guys are keeping an eye, but to be sure that we actually get it and can see it, please go to the official Discord and post it in the appropriate channel there. Field of view too high for you.
Not.
Oh shit. She made me swear not to tell a living soul.
Yes, this is currently on PC. Even though we're using a controller, yes, this is on PC. We'll be switching again in a while, maybe about 20-ish minutes, 20-30 minutes or so over to Switch for a little while. And I'll be joined with my usual streaming partner in crime, Ari, and we're going to do some giveaways.
Yep.
There is no, that's not that is the Hunt Showdown Discord, not the official one. If we can get Utku and Ari to drop the Crytek Discord or the Crysis Discord into the chat there, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but also want to show here.
Yes.
So you can also upgrade your nanosuit sensors,
okay.
right? So there are a lot of stuff you can collect in the game. It's not like really straightforward ego shooter. It's really, you can modify your suit upgrades and play with it, and you can also then unlock them. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, just make sure if you play the game, also use the upgrades functionalities, because getting more gameplay options in the game and also it's helping you a lot going through the game, especially if you're choosing, not like me now, the lowest difficulty mode. If you're choosing in the harder ones, make sure to use the upgrades, otherwise it will be very hard.
You definitely do. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of the favorite scene, right? We have also worked on a crash. It's now 60 FPS. It's very fluent. We have a lot of crash in the game, and it was important for us that it's not stuttering somehow. Yeah. It's now fluent, right, left.
We like our grass and water in Crysis, don't we?
And we like sun.
Yes, and the sun as well. Well,
sun,
I mean,
beach.
When you can make the sun look as good as it does in CryEngine, you make it look as good as it can, you know. This is Crysis Remastered 3, for those of you that have just joined. And currently, just because it keeps popping up in the chat, just to say we've no current plans for anything multiplayer with the Remastered Trilogy.
That should be enough.
Just picked up the third game on my Switch. Great job from Saber. Yes, we actually, aside from just giving a shout out to the rest of the team here in Crytek, we also want to give a huge shout out to the guys over at Saber Interactive. They have done an absolutely incredible job. We cannot thank them enough for all of the help that they've given us through getting this ready for you guys.
Yes, so the majority of work is done at Saber. So big thanks to them, to everyone at Saber. They have a so good team. They're out there in the different locations. The Switch team was located in Sweden, for example. Other teams then also located in Russia and also in Portugal, for example.
Yes.
So big thanks for all of you at Saber.
Yes, Saber guys, thank you. We love you guys.
Yeah. Let me just skip because I don't want to see any cutscenes. So same here, right? I mean, looks
Yeah,
with all the
It's a
grass
lot of
improvements. Yeah.
a lot of detail.
Also same here again for banner reflections. Here in the water. I mean, if you have the chance, compare it if you want. But the
Yeah.
water is really ray tracing, water, vegetation improvements. It's really a big benefit here for Crysis Remastered.
I'm gonna pause it there for 1 second.
Yep. I died, so I just want to pause.
Yeah. So, of course, it does something weird with the desktop audio. I'll put it to about there. But there shouldn't be too much louder. Just wanted to look after the audio. Someone commented that it's a bit too loud. So, so yeah. So we'll probably in the next few minutes we'll jump over onto the Switch version.
Maybe we can just take a look more into the chat.
Yeah, just going back. So voice audio, yes. So hopefully we fix that, and I'll check it again in a few minutes.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. So we talked a great length the other day actually about the redoing the lighting and everything for CR2. I mean, it's the same process really in CR3. I would imagine. So
for Crysis 3, we had already this realistic lighting in place.
yeah,
But we changed it in some areas where we're not happy about it. And also we did some vegetation shading improvements into the game. So there will be some areas which will look different from lighting. And of course also now with ray tracing and other technologies in place, it looks different anyway. But yeah, let's say we change maybe 20-30% of Crysis 3 and 100% of Crysis 2.
so yeah. I mean, as far as I know, that when Crysis 3 came out, we had actually already done that switch in the engine itself, so where we had a bit more power at our disposal to be able to actually do the realistic lighting and everything like that. So, it's Crysis 2 was the one that kind of got the major overhaul. Hence the size difference, which you can sell by. I think it was the Crysis 2 is like 40 something gigabytes, whereas this is 17 or 18 or something like. So. No, so someone's saying doubt they read Facebook chat. We do read all of the chats, but you have to remember we have a couple of different channels coming through, so it's we're trying to keep an eye on everything.
Van Breugel, I
Yes,
hope.
John Van Breugel. We do read the Facebook chat. I can assure you that we do. So yeah, grass, water, and sunshine. Ari, yes, So again, people asking about multiplayer. Currently, no plans for that. Let's jump down to the latest. Same kind of answer goes for anything kind of about Crysis 4 related, guys. We have no information to provide. Keep an eye on our channels for any possible things that might come out in the future, but we have nothing to talk about with that in that regard at this time. YouTube missed, but why was the console instead?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's a question. Why was the console port remastered for Crysis 1 instead of the PC version? So the thing was, the console port CryEngine on PC was using an older CryEngine version, which had any support of console, right? And the reason why we have started, because it was easier to bring the PC features to that console version instead of having console completely features to the PC version, right?
Yeah.
And that was the differences. Yeah, then we brought them back. We know that we made some mistakes on the release date. Also with Digital Foundry together, we found a lot of issues and we patched them a lot. And so that was the reason why we went this way, because it was easier from development point of view to start with the console version of Crysis 1.
Yeah. So I see someone asking, is there a can it run Crysis mode in 2 and 3? We didn't add this time around.
Yeah, I can also explain why if you want. Yeah,
please
so
do.
If you asking, why there's no can it run Crysis mode. So can it run Crysis mode was maybe a bit misunderstood in Crysis 1 Remastered, because it was really the mode. You have maximum view distance, everything is loaded directly into the game, but people were unhappy because they have maybe a 3080 or 3090 graphic card, enabling can run Crysis mode in 4K and saying, why I don't have 60 FPS with the best card on the planet, right?
Yeah.
Because the mode was not made that you really can play fluent in that mode in 4K, especially maybe in 1080p or 4040p you can do it.
Yeah.
But then also in 4K with the can run Crysis mode, even with DSS, it was made, let's say, more for the hardcore people who want to try out and stuff like this, right? But we have just seen a lot of comments that people were just unhappy about the performance and were disappointed that their graphic card was not running well with this mode. So we have decided to not have that mode for Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 Remastered. But anyway, for Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 Remastered, you're also in this jungle city environments. You don't need that far distance look like in Crysis 1 Remastered. You see a mountain kilometers far away, right? So don't worry, if you put everything on very high, you will see everything in very high quality. So don't worry about this. But that's the reason why we don't have a can run Crysis mode this time.
That's good to know. So for our current specs, we're currently using a 3080. I don't know what the processor is off the top of my head. It's something beastly. I know that much. But yeah, so that's what we're currently we have in this system, and like we said, we're running a 1440p at the moment, just because we only have a 1440p monitor. And yeah, everything's set to very high at the moment.
It's very important. If we have so many options in the qualities in the options menu, and that I can just show you in a second.
Yep.
Sorry. Oh, here. So really, if you change, for example, the water from very high to high, you're getting maybe already 5 or 10 FPS, right? And you change the ray tracing from very high to high, you're getting already 10 FPS more again. So just make sure that you're just putting everything on very high. You're not that disappointing right now because you not have 60 FPS, for example, stable. Try to tweak a little bit, see your frame rate in the game, how it feels for you, how it looks for you. The game will also look great on high, for example, on mediums, and don't worry about this. Just find your right settings.
Yeah.
We have also worked on a good auto detection feature here in the game. That means we are trying to give you the best options already that you can play the game in a good amount of FPS. But as I said, make sure that you're using the options, and especially if you have an RTX card, you can put the DSS mode to balance or to quality in high resolution, and you're getting again a lot of FPS and frame rate extra on it.
Awesome. That's good to know. Okay. So there's a bunch more questions there, but I think what we can do is we're probably going to just jump to a quick break. Steffen, thank you very much for joining us for all of the streams over the last couple of weeks. I know there's a couple with me and a couple with Benza that he filled in while I was away. It's been absolutely awesome to pick your brain through all of this, and I think the last thing is like, dude, go celebrate. You know, you've had a big hand in helping to launch the Crysis Remastered Trilogy, so definitely a much deserved celebration all around for you guys and your team as well. So
especially to the team,
yes, big time. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. I'll be right back in the next few minutes. I'll be back maybe 5 minutes or so stick with us. As I said, there's going to be some giveaways after we come back, and we're going to be jumping over to the Switch for some gameplay on that.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the game. Bye.
Take it easy, folks.
boot everything up. Do you know if we have enough?
And we are back. What's up, folks? I hope you're having a good afternoon, and thank you for sticking with us for the last few. As you can see, I am joined by the one and only Ari Mashrefi. Ari, good to see you, buddy. It's great to have you back on the streams again. So yeah, as you guys saw, we were playing PC a little while ago, and now we're switching it up and literally going to the Switch for a little bit. So for us, it's a really big deal that we've managed to get the whole trilogy out on the Switch. So yeah, we just really want to show it off to you guys as much as we can. So Ari is going to be keeping an eye on the chat, and as well, we have a bunch of giveaways to do. But Ari, before we get on, dude, how are you doing? It's been a couple of streams since we've had you on with us. How's it going for you?
Oh, it's going great. Glad to be back on the Crysis streams with you, Rick.
Yeah,
I love
man.
Watching your gameplay and answering chat.
My horrible gameplay, yes,
None.
indeed.
Top tier, I would say.
Top tier. I don't know about that, but we shall see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I look a little bright on the screen here for 1 second, so I am gonna try and fix that.
Sure.
Because apparently it doesn't want me to. So, and hopefully you can't hear the people in the background because they're about to start speaking. That might do it. So yeah, there's people speaking. So our launch party, basically, one of the reasons we're doing this stream today, not only is it because Crysis Remastered Trilogy is released today, but this is a little bit of a lead on to a bit of a party we're having outside that unfortunately Ari can't attend. So
they won't let me in.
No, we won't let you in. And of course, as soon as I change the camera, the light up here goes off. So typical.
I thought you turned that one off.
No, it's one of those auto lights that So we're kind of in a makeshift streaming room at the moment. This is the room that we did use quite a while back, but because of the pandemic and because of no one being around, it kind of got taken apart a little bit, and I've kind of been piecing it back together so that we could do a couple of the Crysis streams over the last couple of weeks, because with obviously it being mostly pre-release previews, we had to use dev kits for the Switch and Xbox and PlayStation. So yeah, I basically came over here to set up the office here for us for just on a temporary basis. But then in the very near future, we got a whole new streaming room coming with a much better setup. We're gonna have loads of lights and everything as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. But for now, we are here, and I think we've done a pretty good job. And again, I'm sorry if you hear our colleagues partying in the background, but I think especially after all the work that they put into this, I think it's a much well-deserved party.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to switch over to literally the Switch gameplay, and there's the music going in the background. I can hear it. I do apologize if that is picked up. No, so far not, unless I'm actually talking. But yes, it is a Friday party. We've got everything set up out in the office there. Bunch of guys from the company here, those who feel they can make it. And yeah, it's it's pretty awesome. So, and again, apologies if you do actually hear anything coming from there. But for now, I'm going to jump on. I have the Switch set up here. And yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. And Ari is gonna look after Yeah, let's hope that actually picks up the audio and that now. So
Which Crysis are we jumping into right here?
we are jumping in again. We're sticking with Crysis 3. This is a Crysis 3 day because all of the other streams were Crysis 2 on all of the different platforms. So we know that the Crysis 3 has probably been one of the most anticipated ones. So, we thought we'd at least make sure that we're doing this one. I'm just going to turn it down ever so slightly just to make sure that it's not overpowering us. And try and bring up the chat as well. So Ari's going to be keeping an eye on the Twitch chat. Utku, I believe, is on the Facebook and the YouTube chat. I hope and believe. And in terms of giveaways, I mean, look, we might as well, while we're loading up here, we might as well get our first one underway, I think. So Ari, I'm going to pass it over to you to do the giveaway. But before you do, I got a sneak peek and I see that we're giving away 5 codes on Twitch and 5 codes on Facebook.
Yep. And we have more codes coming after that. That's just the first round. And these codes are for the full trilogy on Epic Game Store. We're going to be doing more console giveaways coming up. Keep an eye out on Reddit if you're looking for those console giveaways in the next week or so.
Yes.
How we do the giveaways around here is that we'll ask a trivia question, and then you will just give your best response that you can in Twitch or Facebook chat, and we will pick winners from the people who get the So if you're interested in the giveaway, we'll ask that question here right after I'm done with this brief. Give your best answer that you can, and then Utku, I think, is handling most of them right now. You'll probably see a little whisper or private message from him with a code to the Epic Game Store Trilogy. So you can start playing Crysis Remastered right away.
The guys who had you in lockdown for God knows how many years.
Well, so
the guys who tore the nanosuit from my flesh.
Sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to get everything sorted with the multiple platforms today. It's been a bit confusing. But yeah, Ari, I'm sorry. You're going to need to repeat most of that because according to the chat, you could not hear you. The game was too loud.
Oh, for sure.
So.
No, you're okay. Sometimes the awesome audio of Crysis is too great.
It is.
How do I sound now before I continue with chat? What do you guys think?
Game audio is still too loud, apparently. Let us do some.
That storm you found yourself in is raging.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, now let's see.
All right. How do I sound, everyone? Thanks so much for everybody in chat helping us out as we get these levels kind of sorted.
Better. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry about this, but so you can all hear the game now. You can all hear us. You can hear Ari. It's all good. Sounds great. Okay, awesome. Thank you for your help, chat. Really, really greatly appreciate that. You gotta love the technical difficulties that always come along with the stream. So, okay. So where are we going?
I think
we go from here
in the game. Normally,
I have to follow him down here.
Yeah. For that giveaway I was mentioning, so how we do them is we'll ask a trivia question, and then in Twitch and Facebook chat, give the best answer you can, and then some of our moderators and community managers will go through that chat, pick out the correct answers, and then randomly out of all those correct answers, send out codes privately. Today we're doing codes for the Trilogy on Epic Game Store, but we have more console codes coming up, especially on Reddit, if you keep an eye out on there.
I think I mentioned it earlier for anyone who was around. We are going to be doing some giveaways on the Xbox and PlayStation subreddits, as well as the Crysis subreddit itself. So we'll have to make sure. Oh no, is Ari's camera bugged out?
Oh my god.
Man, we're having no luck on this today. Is that a bit better? Is that... I think it's unfrozen now.
Let's just chalk it up to the rainstorm going on in Crysis 3.
The Crysis weather is just really, it's kind of screwed us a little bit here. So.
All right, I think I'm good now.
Now. His head moved. Okay, that's all. That's the main thing. As long as his head moves, I think we're good. So I'm just hoping it's not me bringing up this on the main screen. So I'm playing it through the capture. So
I think it might be because I think I'm frozen again.
Are you frozen again? God damn it.
Do we have maybe just a
I'll do that
placement image or something?
No, this should work now. It was I had moved it onto the good screen so I could see it, and I'm now playing it on the bad screen. So.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's totally fine. But I will move the chat to here so I can actually see it this time. So.
I think my head is moving even while you're playing.
Yes,
which is
it is
great.
awesome. Okay, so that's grand. We got that part sorted. So for anybody asking, right now, the only keys that we're going to be doing the giveaway for today are for the Epic Game Store, as it is currently an Epic Game Store exclusive. So please keep that in mind, and no need to ask for other platforms.
A different platform at the moment.
When it comes to the other platforms, we'll be doing giveaways on Reddit later during the week, during next week, I believe.
I would also say check out our Crysis Discord at discord.gg/Crysis. We actually do quite a bit of giveaways over there. You can also ask any questions you might have about the trilogy, or even any technical support and that kind of stuff that you might have if you did pick up the trilogy. So to get us started with one of those giveaways I mentioned, as Rick is waiting to probably take out some enemies.
I don't know about that. I'm trying to equip a silencer so that I don't set off the alarms and everything like that.
That's very smart.
Yeah, I mean, I see Udku is just, spamming. Spamming our chats.
I think that enemy might have noticed you just a bit.
Maybe, just a smidgen.
So to celebrate us playing Crysis 3 Remastered right here, we're going to ask the first trivia question is, what year did Crysis 3 originally release? So if you know the answer, just put it in chat, and we'll randomly pick from those correct answers and send out some Epic Game Store Trilogy codes.
Yep.
This is for Twitch and Facebook. Give the best answer you can. If you're on YouTube, unfortunately we don't have a way to private message people on YouTube from the chat, so you'll just need to jump over to Twitch or Facebook for now.
We're on how to reload already.
On Switch, all I can do is picture a PlayStation controller right now.
I thought it was
Isn't
X.
it?
It was letting me reload earlier, but I think I got okay, I don't know. Good. Oh, maybe it wasn't letting me reload because I didn't have any bullets. So yeah, I do apologize in advance for my absolutely horrible Switch gameplay, folks. So I am not the best with the controller.
I think you're doing fantastic. I will say though, Steffen was killing it with the controller.
Steffen was absolutely killing it with the controller, but I expect absolutely nothing less. So
I was very envious. Yeah, currently Rick over here is playing Crysis 3 Remastered on Switch, which is crazy to think about such a amazing game looking this good on a mobile console.
where are you shooting me from? Oh, there you are. Yeah, I mean, to get this on a handheld, so like the capture card we're using is currently capturing at 1080, but it is running at 900p at 30 FPS. And I mean, just to get that on a Switch, like, I mean, if you think back in the day with the handhelds we had when Crysis 3 came out, I mean, it was impossible. You never would have been able to accomplish this. So to have this in this day and age on a Switch now, it's okay, phenomenal.
Let's move.
Absolutely phenomenal, and it's so great and proud to actually see this happen. Let's grab some beer. Shall we grab a beer?
Oh yeah, for the celebration.
For the celebration, because you know we're having a party today.
Because of the party. It's also crazy to think we've done so much optimization for the new next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
For PlayStation and Xbox, but Switch is something that's been out for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
And we've still gotten it to this level of smoothness and gameplay.
Yeah, how is the ray tracing situation on Switch? I mean, look, that's very, very wishful thinking. I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very wishful thinking. Don't really anticipate being able to put ray tracing on something like this. It would be awesome, but yeah.
If you ever needed a mobile heater, I think that would be the best way to do it. Would be
pocket
ray tracing on. Yeah.
Yeah, it does still look awesome. You are right. I mean, it would be great if we could do it, but it's like the Switch itself just wouldn't be capable of it. So.
All right, we got that first question out. We'll be doing more questions as we continue the stream and as we watch Rick's great gameplay.
Yep.
Be sure to compliment him on all his.
Makes you an invisible silent
Oh.
killing machine. Serious kit, this. You like
So it's
it?
not on Google Play, but it is on
Well, that's 'cause
GeForce
you haven't
Now,
heard the good part.
actually.
Carbon lasers
So
map
you
that
would have
boat
the
ship
ability,
down a
depending
suit.
on the device you
It has
have.
enough
If you
kinetic
have
energy to
GeForce Now,
stop a rhino
you can
head.
actually stream it
With
to multiple
interchangeable
devices,
heads, you can
as
drop
far as
an
I am aware.
explosive
I do not
charge
use
on any
GeForce Now
target.
myself,
And best of all,
but I know
you
one
stay
of our
close.
moderators has
You like it
been
now?
very happy with the fact that this is an option. So,
Good.
yeah.
Now let's move out.
Yeah,
So just
Ahorn, that moderator.
just
I
for-
get.
yeah, Ahorn, but just for people wondering, right? Just because you're first doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win. Okay, we are picking the winners at random based on the actual right answers that have been given. So please keep that in mind. Not everybody is going to be a winner, but we are going to try and make sure that a bunch of you actually do actually get a chance to win the game. So yes, we know the Discord command is currently for Hunt. Where's my bow? I want the bow. Where's the bow?
Critical threat. Sustained wind speeds exceeding operational limits along the east.
There's my bow. Let's do some customization. I want some... And I'll keep the standard arrow, sure. Ooh, something maybe I can hack. Let's go snap this guy's neck, because I can. Slink away back to cover. There we go.
If anyone's interested, we just added a !Crysis Discord command that's
There
a
we
little bit
go.
separate from our Hunt Discord. Both are run by us, but the Crysis one will be more specific for today's launch. So if you do the !Crysis Discord command, that'll get you over there. We just got confirmation. First round of codes are out. We would have taken a more specific answer as well, but the general answer we took was 2013 for Crysis 3. Can you believe it's been over 8 years since Crysis 3 launched?
I really can't, to be honest with you. I mean, just kind of, it's like, I actually remember I got to work on the Crysis 3 launch, but not for Crytek at that time, but for EA.
Wow, yeah.
So this is my second time helping to, in some way, to launch Crysis 3, which okay, this character's dying.
I feel like you gave him a chance.
I mean, I did, and then he just decided to keep shooting me, and
He kind of blew
really
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Really bad shot. Just saying.
I love everybody giving some memories back on the Crysis 3 launch 8 years ago, where they were at, how they heard about the series, and how they ended up playing it on Xbox 360, some people renting it or playing it on some little laptop they might have had.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for those guys trying to play it on the laptop, you know, but I mean,
Yeah.
still, I was just like, I remember back to it, like, when I had a fairly okay PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like I said, I had a fairly decent PC, so, you know, I was capable of playing it at the time, you know. I mean, not on, like, I won't say I'd be able to do it on very high or anything like that. So, yeah.
I think you'll also have a better experience now with the remaster if you happen to have kind of not the best PC, because we've learned a lot and been able to make a lot of optimization over the last 8 years. As you can tell, because we're running it on a Switch now.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't tell you how much optimization we've done. I don't know what, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe we'll get it on the Game Boy at some point.
Yeah. I'm trying to see.
We need to hurry up. Go on.
What am I hacking here?
Probably trying to get through that door.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, okay, there it is.
There you go.
I almost didn't get that.
What the hell are we walking into?
It was all that practice you did.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
In the Seth?
Someone saying they remember the Crytek presentation in 2004. First time we showed Crysis.
Dang, that's quite a few years back.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Someone's asking some differences between the Switch and PC versions. There are going to be a lot of different graphical differences, as PC can be
Handle
separate
more.
on its own. It can
Yeah.
handle a lot more, but it can also, it changes based on what settings you have, where Switch is a little bit more constant. So we wouldn't be able to tell one for one. Some good comparisons that are out there are just between the original Crysis series and the remastered that Digital Foundry did. But PC in general is going to be able to utilize a lot more and have a lot more graphical options that you can play with.
Yep. I mean, like you saw earlier on, our those that were here earlier on, we actually unlocked all of the C-bar commands, the console commands that people can use to actually mess around with pretty much everything. Every aspect of the settings that you want to mess with. You don't have that option on Switch. That's one thing in particular. The other side of it as well is obviously in PC you can get up to 4K. On Switch we're at 900p in docked mode.
Someone asked if Crysis 3 released physically on Switch. So for the Trilogy, we have physical copies for Xbox and PlayStation, but for Switch it's currently just digital only.
Okay, I'll give you cover. Let's link up on the far side.
So there.
Fugitives are crossing the perimeter. Terminate with
I'm
extreme
gonna
prejudice.
bring out the electric stuff, I think.
The big guns, or big arrows.
Super thermite tip, electric charge tip. Yeah, I got electric charge tip.
Do you have any concertina arrows in that one?
No concertina arrows, unfortunately.
Huh? What's that? Okay, nothing there. I'll check it out.
There's no way they saw me. No way.
You weren't in stealth mode, I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I see him!
Fugitives located. More security details to
That just made my job a little bit harder.
Meh.
Someone is asking why no PS5 version. Where's the next gen? So the games are what we call backwards compatible, but the next gen versions of PlayStation and Xbox actually get to utilize a lot more than the base version for those. So it's not its own dedicated version, but you will get a lot better performance and some extra features if you do happen to get the game on a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Is that the better one?
Series X is the better one, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not too familiar with the Xbox names, and then it got real confusing
I'll give you cover.
last year.
Let's link up on the far side.
all sector alert.
So yeah, with the party starting to get a bit louder, we're probably not going to be able to stay on as long as I had wanted. So do we want to do the second giveaway, Harry?
Yeah, let's knock it out. I don't think anybody in chat's gonna be too mad about you.
No, I mean, we're giving
Us
away free
pushing forward
keys.
the giveaway.
They're not going to be mad. They're not.
All right. So for the second giveaway, again, just give us the best answer you can for Facebook and Twitch, and then if you happen to win, you will get a code private message to you on those platforms. The second question is, what's the virus outbreak in Crysis 2 called? So we are playing Crysis 3 today, but the trilogy includes all 3 titles. We're looking for the name of the virus from Crysis 2. Utku is also demanding pro FPS gameplay.
Yeah, you're not going to get that from me on a Switch, mate. I'm sorry. I mean, I would like to be able to do that. Suppressing fire.
Just a quick reminder, we'll go through and pick from all the correct answers to find our winners. It's not about who gets it first, it's just anybody who puts it in there, and you only need to put it in once.
I like how you can just fire one arrow at a helicopter and it blows up, you know?
Yep, all we saw
realistic.
there was you only shoot one arrow at that helicopter. All it took. Someone's asking about the gyro controls on the Switch.
Gyro controls are on this version as well. I just turned them off because I cannot use them. And I suck, basically. I thought this was pretty clear, but, you know.
I've tried to get used to gyro controls more, especially when we had Crysis 1 Remastered come out on Switch. And it does give you kind of a level of refinement to help with your aim between the points of like using your joystick to get close and then the gyro controls to really get precision. It's very weird,
Yeah.
but it works. Legendary Beast on Twitch asks, is the ray tracing hardware or software?
Both.
It's both.
Yes, Steffen actually talked about that a little while ago. It is both on PC. I thought this guy died already.
He's strong.
Too strong. Not the most pro.
It looked like a pretty
Oh, that
good
worked.
sequence right there.
I mean, it doesn't matter if that wasn't what I intended to do. It still worked.
No, I saw you aiming at that red barrel with intent. Oh, we have some winners in chat from the giveaway. Glad to see that.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Congrats to
Awesome.
congrats to all the winners.
Yeah, big congrats.
I'm not so good with that hacking stuff.
Hold on. Be there in a second.
Toner BG, we said it already.
Sure you
Doesn't
can
matter
handle
if
this
you're
from your
first.
side?
First is not the most important. It is random out of all of the correct answers.
We do love to see your eagerness, though,
Yes.
and sounds like you got some good Crysis knowledge behind you. I'm sure Final and Pascal, two of our big Crysis fans that we have on some of the Discords, would be first answers too. I think Utku would probably give some people a run for their money too.
Possibly, yeah. I think after the amount of time he spent on it at this point. Oh, what? That door was just open. Why'd you lock? Don't lock.
So we just got the heads up. Second giveaway, all the codes have been released. Double check your Twitch whispers and Facebook private messages. The correct answer was the Manhattan virus for Crysis 2.
Shh, listen. Watch my back!
Rick, are you going to be able to go and join that party after you're done with the stream today?
Yes, at least for a little while anyway.
Glad to hear it, yeah. Celebrate with everybody else. We have a question on YouTube asking, will Crysis 2 and 3 have online multiplayer? So with the... Yeah, that's the short answer.
That is the short answer, no.
We have no plans right now for Crysis Remastered Trilogy for multiplayer. Ooh, nobody checked Twitch chat. I think Uku accidentally put some very bad things in that chat. Just ignore all those numbers and text.
Oh, how could you accidentally copy and paste all of those things into the chat? Oh, what?
We're so sorry,
Uku,
guys.
come on, man. We've been over this, dude.
I'm already getting an email already. This is unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable. I mean, Uku, man. We're really gonna have to rethink this situation, dude. You know.
Uku's really a community manager of the people. I think he always loves to toss codes and get people excited.
We talk shit, but we love him really. So, as we've said, for those asking for a multiplayer, there are currently no plans for multiplayer. Okay. I know people want it and everyone keeps asking for it, but just be aware, currently no plans. So.
We have someone on YouTube saying they don't have a Twitch account, but the questions are too easy. We've done some harder questions in the past. It kind of varies. We like to open it up for a lot of people.
I mean, it's giveaways. We don't want to make it too hard. You know, the whole point is to give away keys today. You know, so I can understand it. You know, it's nothing too difficult, but still. And there we die again.
If you don't happen to have a Twitch account, perhaps you have a Facebook account. We're doing the giveaways over there as well.
Yes. We can't. We cannot. The reason we're not asking the questions on YouTube is because we have no ability to direct message people from YouTube. So if you want to join in, you need to go over to Facebook or to Twitter or Twitch. Sorry, Facebook.
We did the giveaway once on YouTube, and it was quite a mess trying to track everybody down, unfortunately.
I think we didn't actually get to track everybody down. That was part of the problem. So.
No, we only got, I think, 60 or 80% of the winners. There was some we just couldn't find.
I don't know, dude. What's going on here? I just shot you in the back.
He looked so confused.
Uh-oh.
Somebody back me up!
Get the hell out of there!
Oh, we got some people trying to tempt Utku into making more mistakes. Justice asks any Xbox codes, so none for today. Everything has been Epic Games Store Trilogy, but coming next week, if you check out Reddit, we'll have some console giveaways coming over there. The PlayStation subreddit, the Xbox subreddit, and then the Crysis subreddit should all have some stuff coming for you guys soon. You got it, Rick?
I really don't.
No, you got this. You got this. We have a question asking if the game has an FOV slider and updated aiming mechanics on next-gen consoles. I'm not sure what you mean by...
Not on the consoles.
Not on consoles. We do have an FOV slider on PC.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you mean by updated aiming mechanics. Would you happen to know, Rick?
I'm not sure what they mean by updated. I mean,
you got two sticks. The one different aiming for consoles is going to be on Switch that supports gyro controls.
Yes. We can right now, thank you. Okay. So, I know we're going through them pretty damn quick now at the moment, but if Utku and them are ready, shall we do our next and final? I believe this is our final giveaway.
This should be our last one for today. Yeah, we're gonna spread them out a bit more, but lots of excitement and
and the noises. If I can hear the noise, I'm worried that it's gonna start becoming a bit too loud for the stream as well. So
yeah.
But we've been on. To be fair, we've been on for a good hour and a bit already, at least an hour and 15. So, it's not like it's been a short stream. We'll get to show you off a lot of different gameplay, both from the PC version and the Switch version. But a lot of fun on the Switch version. I'm actually playing it currently on my own Switch, so I'll be continuing this story as soon as I am finished. Once I get home. Shot from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Do you have the gray controllers, or do you have the red and blue?
I just have the red and blue ones.
I have those ones too. I think they look sick.
Alright, this pace. Are they shooting me with like electric bullets? These guys, like.
They're getting smart. It's taken them 3 games, but they're finally learning. Alright, for our last question for Twitch and Facebook, the question's going to be, who are the 2 founders of the Hargreaves and Rausch Medical? I think I might... Do you know how I say that? Rausch? Rausch?
Rausch. I don't even know.
We're looking for the 2 founders of that. As complete of an answer as you can do. And we'll be picking from all the correct answers and sending some Epic Games Store Trilogy codes out.
Anytime someone says suppressing fire, all I can think about is Archer. Cyril with his suppressing fire.
How do you feel about the phrasing gag that's been going on for many years now?
I mean, it's awesome.
That's always what I think of when I think of Archer.
There! Right there!
Okay, no way.
Fucking regroup!
Okay then, that's not what I meant to do. It's fine. Okay, we're all good. Ah, now I have your electric bullet. Yep, all the electric bullets.
We have a question. Is Crytek still in Germany? Yeah,
Yes,
our head
yeah.
office is still located in Frankfurt.
I am currently sitting in the office in Frankfurt for anyone that might actually be interested to know.
We've had some other offices over the years, but the headquarters is still in Germany.
Yes.
We have someone asking if you're playing on the Nintendo OLED. I
No,
believe you're
I
just
don't
playing
have
on
the
the base Switch.
Yeah, just the standard Switch, but
That OLED looks pretty cool.
it does. It does. Even Steffen was saying it there on the PlayStation stream the other day that it's beautiful on the OLED. So, but I still have just the original Switch. So.
Well, now
I have the original
I'll just-
Switch and a Switch Lite as well, but this is currently on the original Switch. So.
I'll have to get an OLED now, I think, just so I can play Crysis Remastered even more pretty, even more gorgeous. We have someone asking for Switch keys. That might be coming in future giveaways, but today is just Epic Game Store.
Yes.
Someone's asking where do messages show up. They've used Twitch only a few times. So Twitch private messages are called whispers, and I think you can often find them on the top right of the Discord or the desktop application, or on your browser. Unfortunately, we still have a few questions about multiplayer. For the Trilogy Remastered, we've announced that we don't currently have any plans to add multiplayer. We just focused on redoing the single-player gameplay of all 3 of the games, working on 8K textures, ray tracing improvements, all kinds of stuff, but no multiplayer in the works at the moment.
Once we get inside, we'll RV with my people.
You have people now.
You know me. I've always been a team player. I'm not going anywhere until you give me some answers.
Yep, see? Incorrect assessment.
Wouldn't that be nice to have? Doing okay there, buddy?
Yes, just needed to clear my throat, but didn't want to be coughing into the microphone.
Oh, very smart.
So how are we looking on the last giveaway? Are we done? Winners should be getting a message from our community manager, Uku.
Yep, he just gave us the thumbs up.
Okay.
So for that last giveaway, the correct answer we were looking for was Jacob Hargreaves and Carl Rosh.
I think.
Rosh. Yeah, one of our moderators sent me a clip of how to pronounce it.
Okay.
And it's more about me just being a dumb American, I think, than it is how the name is spelled.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was kind of struggling with it a little bit as well, so, you know.
So everybody check your Facebook private messages, your Twitch whispers, to see if you won one of those Epic Game Store codes. And then we're going to start wrapping it up.
I was just going to say, with that, we shall leave it before it goes into too much of the next cutscene. We'll give you the last look at how beautiful that is on Switch.
What have they done?
And then that is it. And that is it for us today, folks. We want to say a big thank you to everybody that has joined us here for our launch party stream. It has been absolutely amazing to have you all here today to join us with our celebration. We are so happy and so excited to have Crysis Remastered Trilogy out there to you all. And as we said, you know, look, some more keys just dropped into the YouTube chat, just so you guys don't feel entirely left out. Try and grab them quickly. Guys, it's been...
We're just so clumsy.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You really need to get a hold on that old copy and paste there, bro, you know? But anyway, guys... We hear some Jimi Hendrix playing off in the background. So I think with that, we are going to leave it. We hope you all have a lovely weekend. Have great fun trying out Crysis Remastered over the weekend. And make sure you join our Discord and jump in the Reddit to let us know what you think. Any bugs as well, please pop them into the Discord. We will be keeping an eye over the weekend and all of next week. And of course, we want to make sure we have something to fix for you guys for the next patch and update. So with that, have a great evening, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Ari, I will see you again the next time we do another stream. So,
bye, Rick.
Bye.